The invasion began like any other. Earth had minimal orbital defenses. The humans were still getting their legs underneath them when it came to space. Our fleet crashed through their defenses, and troops began to descend to the surface. The chosen landing site was one of the humans' more popular cities, with the goal of using it as a spaceport. Our first clue should have been when they leveled it. Hours before the first of our ships landed, humans started flowing out of the city like a river, by the tens of thousands. When we landed, our troops stopped them, securing the borders of the city and digging in to create a staging post. 2 days later, the missile hit. Another 3 minutes till the blast cleared, showing only a crater where buildings had once been, and scorched ground for miles around. There had still been hundreds of thousands of civilians inside. Of course, we lost our troops on the ground, but it was hardly enough to stop the invasion. We shrugged to ourselves and regrouped. We designated 5 new landing zones, spread out across the globe. The transports were accompanied by missile defense cruisers to make sure we didn't see another repeat. Within hours of planetfall, every single one of the landing sites came under attack. None were enough to drive our forces back into orbit, but it was close for a few of the sites. The reports we received should have told Commander everything we needed to know to see how badly we had underestimated the humans. Instead, we dismissed them as mistakes, misjudgments made in the heat of combat. Still, we should have been more careful after that. No 2 landing zones have been attacked in the same way. Site 2 reported humans appearing inside the secure perimeter and blowing the shields and sensors sky high before armored vehicles had emerged from the surrounding hills and attacked. Site 5 claims they never even saw a human, just the fire from their weapons through the trees. Almost every single site sent official recommendations that, given the level of resistance, the invasion plan should be either heavily adjusted or abandoned completely. We figured that this was just the first, strongest wave of resistance, and that once broken, the planet would fall easily. We were wrong. Over the next 2 months, there was not a single full hour passed on that cursed planet that did not see an active ground engagement. The advance of our forces was the slowest in military memory. Every mile was fought for tooth and nail. Every single building, road, or even any passable forest were made into death traps by any means the humans could seem to come up with. 3 more of their own cities went up in mushroom clouds. As far as we could tell, any inch of land that we set foot on was fair game to leave scorched beyond recognition. The munitions we managed to capture were laughably primitive, although to the credit of the humans, and as many prisoners said, they still killed us well enough. The prisoners were useless. They refused to give up any information on their own battlefronts, even in the face of the harshest galactic law would allow. They seemed to think our techniques tame, and in a few disturbing cases, erotic. As for other battlefronts, they were even more worthless, wholly ignorant of the plans and tactics of other groups of humans. From what I could tell, the only reason they were so desperate to kill us was so that they could get back to killing each other. The worst part was, there was nothing we could do about it, short of turning half the planet to slag from orbit, which, besides being highly illegal, would have defeated the entire purpose of the invasion. After those 2 months, Imperial High Command issued an order I have never seen before, and hope to never see again. They ordered a retreat. Complete evacuation of the planet. The cost had become too great for them to be willing to sustain. The humans hounded us the entire way back to the landing zones, attacking even more often than before, inflicting twice as many casualties, forcing us to take far longer in the withdrawal than we normally would. Our forces were coming under fire even as they boarded the transports, right up until the doors closed. I will never forget watching the last transport ship lift off, engines at full thrust to leave the horrible world behind, when it got hit by a primitive missile, the kind the humans seemed to have an endless supply of to launch at us, not caring whether they hit us or not. The fireball that ship became is burned into my memory. A final, fond farewell from humanity.